We're setting sails across the sea. I feel it in my bones. There's a wind of change blowing from the west. It's rolling in. Been fighting hard to stay alive. Nothing ever stays the same. Come and take my hand. Take a leap of faith and don't give in. Another one bites the bullet. We're strangers in this land. From the bottom up to the mountaintop, give it all you got. Another one bites the bullet. Yeah, another one bites the bullet. Oh, another one bites the bullet.
All right, I'm here with Erik from
Hello.
ECLIPSE. How are we doing today?
It's all good. It's fantastic. The sun is
Fantastic.
shining. It's a clear blue sky.
I was going to ask you, how's the weather over there in Sweden? You know, we here in America hear that it's like all snow and cold all the time, but
Yeah, and the polar bears are walking in the streets. No, we where I live, I'm in the middle of Sweden, like middle, a bit north. It's we actually have really good winters with snow and cold weather, and we have really good summers.
Really?
So we have best of both worlds, kind of.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's always good for that.
Which means swimming in the summer and skiing in the winter.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have like all four seasons, man. I mean, I live in South Carolina. It's like summer all the damn time, and then like 2 weeks of winter, and then it gets kind of freaking crazy. I mean, it gets too hot. You need them breaks.
Yeah, and when you have the four seasons, the most common thing you talk about is the weather.
Right.
So it's no coincidence I started talking about the weather.
Exactly.
You can't take it for granted.
No. So how's everything been going? I know you had a lot of time off and that you really didn't want, but did you discover I'm sure you have hobbies outside of music, outside of playing the guitar, outside of singing. What were you able to relax and do hobby-wise?
Well, yeah. First of all, I got a wife and two kids, so it's been it actually gave me a lot of good family time to
Right.
not be able, all this touring and traveling, it takes away so much time from being at home. But
Right.
I have my work, my full-time work is my studio where I'm sitting right now, and I mix records, I produce and I record records for different artists, not only my band, but also for
Really?
everything from pop music to death metal.
Nice.
Yeah.
A lot of different genres. You got to keep. You don't stick with one. I mean, you can't.
No, you can't really. It's a diversity that makes it fun, kind of.
Right. And then
And also the just changing between being a studio working in a studio and playing live. I love both, and it's usually when the combination is really good.
nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, it's in a Japanese magazine. I was reading this when I was looking into you a little bit, and you were named one of the top 10 vocalists. Smile. Top 10 vocalists in the world. Well, I can't remember what the Burn in Japan.
Yeah, was it vocalists? Wasn't it songwriters? But maybe they songwriters. Yeah,
songwriter.
Yeah, I'm definitely not top 10 in vocals.
Well, I might disagree with that. I mean, when a vocalist can give me chills from their opening when they open and give me chills, then you're a pretty freaking good vocalist.
Okay, thank you.
And a songwriter, I mean, fantastic. I mean, that did not surprise me.
I remember when it was a couple of years ago someone told me that I was on that list and stuff. It was pretty unbelievable.
Right. It's just probably something you never expected. And
no, but I think it's part of human nature that I really think I'm terrible at everything I do. Kind of, I'm just a decent songwriter and I'm a decent singer. I don't consider myself being good at anything. But I think you can't walk around thinking I'm a great vocalist. I'm the best songwriter. You can't. It's at least in Sweden that is not the attitude you have.
No.
Even yeah.
And it kind of pushes you if you think you're no good, which a lot of things I think I'm no good at, but it kind of pushes you to always be better, always improve, never take anything lightly, and that you're the best and I don't have anything else to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you gotta always, be hungry to do better and do more. And I think I have more of that attitude now than I ever had.
Right. And it shows. I mean, it seems like every album since 2012 with Armageddon Eyes, it seems like every album you guys do just gets better and better and better. The songwriting gets better and better. And it's just, you're building on everything all the time. And it's never flat.
No, we always try to change a little. For every record, we always bring something new to the table, and we lose some parts we just leave behind, and some we try to move new places all the time. But it still sounds like Eclipse because we are the musicians and I'm the singer. But I think it's very interesting to make a new record because you never know where you're gonna end up.
Yep. And you and Magnus, you guys are the primary songwriters, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Correct.
And then I mean, you guys do a fantastic job, I gotta say. Now my introduction to Eclipse was because you guys were going to be on More in 2019, and I'll admit I don't wasn't really a big European band kind of guy. I just thought, if I'm probably never going to get the opportunity to see a band, I really don't want to listen to it because the live experience is more better for me. I mean, I'll listen to you and then hopefully I get to see you live. But then I knew you guys were going to be on Mark, and I'm like, okay. So Monumentum was my first introduction, and
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it took me 3 listens because I kind of didn't get it. But once that third listen happened, it was like everything clicked, and I was like, oh my God, this is one of the best CDs I've ever heard. And it's still to this day, it's like always, it's sitting in my CD player right now because it's always on shuffle. It's always one of them ones, and it's just a fantastic album.
Thank you so much. Well, it is hard work to discover a new band. Even if it's rarely you just hear one song and it's, oh, this is the best band I've ever heard, and you fall in love. It takes some. It is an effort to discover a new band. It's always been like that for me as well. But once you get into them, you can like really. Then when you start to understand that this is really good,
right?
Yeah.
And then you go backwards, and then I went backwards at Armageddon Eyes and Bleeding Scream. I mean, I was like, what the hell have I been missing? And now I'm a fan, and everything that comes out,
wonderful.
I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So, and it was like, you guys are going to be on the cruise next year. And it's like, okay, I'm there. I got to be there.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. I can't wait to do that. It's going to be, yeah, we were booked for October for Monsters of the Mountain, but we had to cancel it. There was no way we couldn't get a visa, or we couldn't even get into the country. So it was like, okay. But when it was booked, it was like, this will definitely be over by then. But well, it wasn't.
I know, and it's just like
keep going.
It keeps going. It's like, would you stop already and just let it be and let us live our life and go? If I get sick, I get sick, and I try to do what I can to not. But it's just like with anything else, you can't hide from anything.
No. But we are opening up in Sweden next week, I think, on the 29th.
Oh, really?
Yes, we just fully open for concert. We haven't been able to do a concert, like a real concert in Sweden for more or less through the whole pandemic at all.
Really?
Yeah, so
it surprises me a little bit that we're kind of still not letting Europeans in or tourists in or whatever you call them. It's because we've got full baseball stadiums, we got full football stadiums, concert halls are opened up. It's like, why not? If it's that far opened up, let everybody come. Yeah,
it is politics. I think the most surprising thing about this whole pandemic, everything from vaccination to lockdowns and everything, it went from being something that you learn by science and you can treat it with science, but it's just turned into politics. It's just it's kind of politicians wanted to I'm the strong man or the strong woman showing how it's done, and we're gonna have these rules and that rules. It's just turned into politics, which was kind of scary.
It really is. I mean, we're on the same page over here. We think it's all politics. I mean, it's like, what are you're trying to control us? Stop controlling us. We don't, as people, we don't respond well to that. Some people love to be controlled. Other people are like, go screw yourself. But and it's the same way all over the world. We just got to get through it. Hopefully it ends soon,
Yeah, but if hopefully, I feel it's on its way out now. It's at least here. I think the whole vibe is like, okay, now it's starting to going back to normal. We got to take a decision, because it's never going to go away. It's just one day we just need to make a decision. Okay, the pandemic is over. We got to go back to our lives. And yeah, but
it's really hard on the musicians. I mean, you guys have really suffered the most out of anybody. You guys at clubs and concert halls, y'all have suffered the most, and it's time to end that.
It's time to end that. I think it's we talked about during the pandemic. We were kind of scared that our people are going to be afraid to go back to to big crowds and being together. But when we played, I know you've been open up for big concerts and stuff for a long time. But over in Europe, we played a festival called Alcatraz Festival in Belgium. Like, is it like 5 weeks ago?
Yep.
And you needed to be vaccinated or show us proof that you had that you didn't have the infection.
Right.
But once inside, it was like back in 2019, before the pandemic. It was like I was very comforting because it was like, okay, as soon as this thing is over, it's gonna go back to normal. People can't wait to hang out together again.
Right. And I watched that. I mean, I was like, okay, and it was a big crowd. You guys are having a blast. The sound was great. I mean, everybody was having a good time. And
yeah,
you know, it was like, you know, everybody was just itching to get back to normal. And now it's like, oh, thank God, you know. And that was a 3-day fest, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 3 day. We played on the Sunday. So,
yeah,
but yeah, it was great. I stayed there till like 2:30 in the morning. I didn't want to go home. Like, who knows when it's going to be next time? So I just took my chance and hanged in there as long as I could.
And you can see the excitement on everybody's face to be back, you know. And it was like, wow, you know, it's kind of cool. Now, yes, Alcatraz. You played a lot of big festivals, man. I mean, ECLIPSE is, you know, you're humble, but we all know ECLIPSE is one of the biggest bands in Europe. I mean, huge.
No, we're not. But
yes, you are. I mean, no, just don't be humble. I mean, you got Heat, Crazy Legs, ECLIPSE. You three are probably around the top of the heap. You and Heat, at least. And you know, you guys setting the bar. Now, you've been to a lot of festivals. You've done a lot of festivals. What is the I'm from America. If you were to suggest the best festival you've done, the best experience you've had, which festival would that be?
Yeah, well, they can be very small festivals. You know, I've been playing small festivals, you know, out in the fields where, you know, cows are, you know, eating grass outside the tent, and it's like, you know, it's fantastic experiences. But I think the most extreme heavy metal experience must be Wacken open air.
Yes,
in Germany. That is, it's like 100,000 people there. It's huge.
Dude, that crowd is insane there.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's so metal, you can't believe it.
Right.
No, it's like fires up in the sky, and it's like, you know, bulls, you know, bulls heads on fire, and it's like the whole thing is like this. Just
it's
just over the top. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's got everything from, you know, bands like ECLIPSE and Crazy Legs all the way to Slayer and, you know, the most evil. Yeah, the old most. You know, they have the biggest band to the small bands. It's great.
Right. I know Sabotage is one of my favorites, and they played couple of years ago, just as a little reunion kind of thing, them and Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And I was like, oh my God, you know, I've got to get to that festival one of these years.
Yeah, it's a great one. You know, I saw the schedule and was like, okay, you're gonna play the 10th stage, and we was like, oh no, we're gonna play the 10th stage. It's gonna be a small stage, but the 10th could, you know, there could be 16,000 people inside the tent.
Wow. Yeah. You know, okay, I'll take that as a small stage any day of the week. You know, you know, geez, usually a small stage means 100.
Hang on. There's someone at the door. It's like,
I'll go in.
Hang on. There's someone coming out the door, and I need to just see who it is. Hang on.
Okay.
You're in live interview. I'm at home, and it's one of the neighbors came over with a flower. I don't know why.
Very nice.
Yeah,
it's have a good day kind of thing, man. Neighbor in Sweden, neighbors come over with flowers.
I think that's the first time it ever happened. No, I'm living on the countryside, so I live on an island in a lake. It's like 1,500 people living here.
Nice.
And just today I was having another interview, and it was live on radio. And I just look outside the window, and there's like 20 sheep inside and outside in the garden, eating all the flowers and everything. It was like, is this actually happening? But they probably like ran away from somewhere.
Right. Oh, those sheep. Oh, that's cool, man. You know,
Yes.
you get to go home and you get to, with all the craziness of touring and, fans
Ah,
and
that's
this and
great.
that, and then you get to just go home and chill out and relax and clear your head.
Absolutely. I used to live in Stockholm for 17 years, and
Oof.
I really like living on the countryside now.
Oh, hell yeah. Now, if you had a favorite song, like you played a lot of shows, your absolute favorite song to play live?
I think some of my favorites going to be from the new record, though.
Right?
But I always like playing a song called "The Downfall of Eden"
Yes.
from Monumentum.
Yes. That's a
That's great.
fantastic film.
Yeah, and of course, like "Viva la Victoria" from the latest record.
Yeah.
Also good. But it's hard to make set lists nowadays. It's easy when you have one album, but when you have like 100 albums like we have done,
Right.
it's like, yeah,
you got a lot of material to pull from, and you got to put it into an hour and a half set. That's got to be tough. And then you're going to have people that go, man, they didn't play this one, they didn't play
all the time. Yeah,
because well, then stop making our songs hits, and then we'll be able to cut it down. Stop liking everything, damn it.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But as as a band, it's you play the hits, or the hits, but
Right.
it's But when I go to concert watching other bands, I would love them to play the maybe not the most famous songs. If I go to like a stadium concert with AC/DC, I don't want to hear Hell's Bells or Highway to Hell. I would love to hear all the other songs that I like 10 times more. But I get it. They have to, you got to do it as a band, because when you have paying customers, you got to give them what they kind of want.
Right. I'm kind of one that, I'm with you on that. I like more of the deeper cuts, not the stuff that's played on Hair Nation or on the radio. I like, the deeper cuts on the albums. I mean, them are usually the best songs.
Absolutely. Yeah. The growers. One of the songs, like "The Downfall of Eden," which I mentioned from Monumentum, it was never a single, but it's kind of became a single because of everyone. It was one of me and the guitarist's favorite songs of the record, but it was never released as a single. And but it's probably the most played song on the record. So fans can kind of make them a hit, a fan hit anyway.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. If you're playing it live, they know it now, and boom,
Yeah.
But that is one of my favorite songs. But my absolute favorite, and we're gonna go into this song next. Cool. And my absolute favorite is "Hurt." I mean, absolute favorite. And
I like that one as well. Really good.
Loved it. Then I got to see you on More 2019, and I was second row, dead center, made sure of it. And it was like it was like a spiritual moment. I mean, because I was able to, I love watching a singer's face, a vocalist's face when they are doing this song, and to watch all the emotion and everything you pour into that song, it was just amazing. And I heard it from so many other people that they just, you touch, because we see your emotion and everything through your music, and you touch people like that.
Oh, well, it's fantastic. That's it. I guess that's the ultimate goal of a live experience, that you can make people feel the music as well.
Exactly. If we could watch you and experience it through you, watching your eyes, watching, a vocalist movements and facial expressions, that does everything. And even in the videos and stuff, you come across very, very well.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll do "Hurt" right now, and then we'll come back and talk about the Monsters of Rock cruise and the new album.
Wonderful.
All right.
Wonderful.
Here's my favorite song by, and believe me, it's hard to pick one, but this is my favorite song by ECLIPSE. It's called "Hurt."
This is gonna hurt you. Every word that I'll say cuts deeper than a razor blade. This is gonna break you. From this day till you die, it'll never ever be the same. There's not a minute, a second from now on, that ain't gonna hurt you. You will be begging on your knees to make it stop. You will be screaming out in pain you had enough. 'Cause when the storm is raging inside your heart, something's gonna break and stay there in the dark. This is gonna hurt you. Don't try to understand it. You have never felt your heart turning colder than it will today. Don't try to comprehend it. Oh, no matter what you do, we'll never keep the flood away. Oh, no. There's not a minute or second from now on that ain't gonna hurt you. You will be begging on your knees to make it stop. You will be screaming out in pain you had enough. 'Cause when the storm is raging inside your heart, something's gonna break and stay there in the dark. This is gonna hurt you. When the storm is raging inside your heart, something's gonna break and stay there in the dark. This is gonna hurt you. This is gonna hurt you. 'Cause when the storm is raging inside your heart, something's gonna break and stay there in the dark. This is gonna hurt you. This is gonna hurt you.
Such a fantastic tune. I mean, I love it. That whole album. I mean, and anything from Armageddon Eyes or Bleed Scream on is just, it just keeps getting better and better.
Oh, wonderful. It
Now,
could be worse. It could, you know, some bands is like the opposite. You know, they make one great debut album and it's like get worse and worse.
That's the truth. I'm always scared. You know, even when ECLIPSE is releasing a new single, I'm always scared. I'm like, do I really want to listen to this? Because it might ruin it for me now.
Yeah.
And, you know, some bands disappoint, you know, and they go a different direction, and other bands just stay the course and get better and build little by little on each album.
Our first album, we did like, it's like an official demo. It's like super low budget, everything, but we released it like 2001, like 20 years ago, and it really sucked. It's super bad, you know. I can't sing. It's terrible songs, terrible production. Everything is just crap. So, you know, I think that's the key. You gotta set the bar really low and then just get better and better.
Yeah, dude, you know, that still isn't a bad album. That's Truth and a Little More. I mean, that's still not bad. I mean, but when you kind of hit your stride with Bleed and Scream, it seems, you know, you kind of That's when you hit it.
Yeah, that's the record that kind of, wow, this sounds like a real band. It sounds for real now. That's the first record we did that like now it's actually, we kind of found our own sound on that record.
Right.
It doesn't sound exactly like something else. It sounds like Eclipse. And I think we try for every record, we always try to build on that. We always try to find the sound of the band, kind of.
Right. Right. And I think you found it, and you need to. This is good. We're very happy with this. Now you play Europe all over the place.
Yep.
And I know you've played Melodic Rock Fest in Chicago before in the States.
Yep,
Pretty
correct.
sure.
A couple of times.
Yes. And have you ever done any other dates in the U.S.?
In the U.S., no. We played Prog Power.
Prog Power, that's right, in Atlanta.
Yeah, in Atlanta,
You did
yeah.
play that one.
That was a great festival. I like that.
I've been meaning to go to that, and a buddy of mine just keeps telling me, dude, you got to come. You got to come. You got to get here. You got to get here. And it's a 3-day festival, and I heard it's really, really fantastic.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a real nice venue. It's like a theater or something like that. I'm not sure.
Yep.
That was really nice. I really liked it.
Cool. We got to get you over to the States more. When everything opens up, we got to get Eclipse over here and do a tour.
Absolutely. We have discussed at least doing maybe not a full-blown US tour. I think that's pretty big undertake to do, but it's at least do some major cities and something in the middle. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. East Coast, a little bit on the West Coast. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, but we are. I think we are moved to Monster of the Mountain in Tennessee until 2022. So I think at least we're going to play in Tennessee next year.
Hey, that's close to me, man. I'm there then. So that's good to hear. And you're going to be on Mork. I mean,
yeah, that is going to be great.
Can't wait. I mean, you were on 2019. That's y'all's first one. I saw you roaming around the boat. You were very accessible. Looked like you were having a great time.
Yeah, I even brought my kids.
I thought I saw that. I was like, okay, maybe that's it. I didn't want to bug you. Some people you just don't want to bug, especially when they're with their kids and their families. Most of us try to stay away at that point, like when you're eating and that. But what was your favorite memory of Mork? There was your first one. What was like this stood out?
Yeah, if you think about the performance of the band, it was probably that we were like, we're gonna play pool deck in the afternoon. I don't know, one of the days. Yeah, and it was like there's like no other major act going on at the same time. This is gonna be great. And then in the morning when we woke up on our way to breakfast, although elevators was like not test Nuno Bettencourt, the guitar. What's the band? I guess forgot the name. Extreme. I just the name just slipped. Extreme was setting an extra show like 30 minutes before our show. And we were like, damn, no, it's gonna be empty. And we did a sound check, and it was like no people there at all on the pool deck. It was like, this is gonna be a complete disaster.
No.
And then we go backstage and change clothes and got a drink, and it was like, okay, let's do it anyway. It's gonna be fun anyway. How bad can it be? We're on a cruise ship, and then we're
on a cruise ship, middle of the ocean, playing a festival.
And then they introduced the band, and it was like roaring from the crowd. It's like, what the hell just happened? We walked on stage, and it was just packed with people.
Packed.
And so obviously people had during the Extreme set, people were like going from their set to our show, which was unbelievable. Yeah. So I guess that's the best memory. Yeah.
That's what we do. We'll go to. I know I do. If I've seen a band a couple times, I'll go and sit there and check them out, or stand there and check them out for a little while until the band that I want to see that I haven't seen gets on. And you try to bounce for it's some. Dude, when you get off that ship, you're tired because it's like you're bouncing and everything.
Yeah.
Did you have time to check out other bands?
Yeah, sure. I checked out several bands. One band that I actually never ever listened to or ever seen live was Kicks, because they never been where I live in Sweden. No one knew about that band over here. So,
Right.
but I heard from everyone that you got to check out Kicks. I went there, and it was a great show. It was in the main theater that year,
Yep.
and it was like really really good. Yeah,
They are a very good live band. I mean,
yeah,
they're one of the, very popular here on the East Coast, especially Baltimore, Maryland. That's where they're based. And you check them out. That's gotta check it. Perfect.
yeah.
Um,
It was really good, and Saxon was fantastic that year as well. No, they are.
oh,
I think they get older and older, and they get better and better. I think Biff
Saxon, yeah,
Byford, yeah, the Biff Byford, the singer, is just, on the early records, I don't think he sings pretty good at all. But nowadays, he's a great singer, and
dude, he's
like
amazing.
he's amazing.
That's one of the first bands from the new wave of British heavy metal that I actually checked out. It was like Maiden, Priest, and Saxon, and I've been a fan of all three of them ever since.
Yeah,
I love them, and they put on a great show on
they
the
do.
cruise. I mean, and it's like every band brings their A game. I know you guys brought your A game because I was there, I witnessed it, and every band brings their A game on that show.
Yeah, and the whole atmosphere and the vibe of, even all the people. It's like everyone walks on that ship and leaves all their troubles behind, and I think everyone is in a super good mood.
Right. And it's just a fantastic experience. I'm
A,
glad you
a
like
fun
it.
story, yeah, a fun story is actually that Biff Byford. We were on our way to the Saxon show, and just like less than like maybe 5 minutes before he was supposed to walk on stage, he comes out from the restaurant. He just had dinner. He was almost like licking his fingers and the last food, and it was like, how the hell is gonna make it to the gig? And
Right.
then we just walked around and went to the pool station, watched, and he just walks up on stage with it. So he just put on like a coat or something, and he just
Yep.
walked from dinner straight up stage and just killed it.
Dude, he killed it. Was
Yeah.
that the night show?
Yeah, the
They
night
did
show. Yeah,
night show on the pool stage. Yep.
yeah,
There. Killed it.
yeah. It was super
I
good.
mean, they
I was
are
like,
they're
yeah, they kind of kicked everybody. They took the throne of the best band out for me. I think for the festival, it's like really, it was like wow.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Well, everybody's got their opinions on.
yeah.
I mean, they were. I guess you can't say a best band. It would be Saxon, Eclipse, and there are a couple others that were like tied for me.
Yeah, there were many great bands, of course.
Yes.
They're all really good.
Now,
And King's X as well.
oh, King's. See, I've never gotten into them. I don't know why. But a lot of friends of mine are like, dude, you really got to check them out. You got to give them another shot. And I guess they're a great live band. And I meant to go to the show, and I never made it because other bands were. No, it's hard to make them all.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. You can't love everything.
No. Now you took your family on. Did you guys do any excursions? Did you?
Yeah, no, yeah, we went up. Every stop we went, to the land on land, of course. But we went and did a trip in Jamaica, and I think was it Labadee? No, we stayed in somewhere in.
Was it Labadee?
Dominican Republic? Was it like that? We stopped.
Maybe.
I can't remember exactly where it was. Yeah, but we
either.
did. But we after the trip, we stayed a few days before in Miami.
Oh, really?
We've never been there before, so it was really nice. And we rented a car after the cruise, and we went for like a 2 weeks road trip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Nice. So you turned
Really
it
nice.
into a family vacation. Perfect.
Of course, you got to do that.
course.
I think one of the best things about being in a band and touring is that you can see all these places.
Right. Exactly. And then sometimes you got to sit back. You got to take a minute and soak it all in, not just get off the plane, do a show, go back.
No. I think you really got to. We usually with ECLIPSE, if we can go the day before and take good flights in the hours, so we don't have to be at the airport at 3 o'clock in the morning and then the next day be at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like it's no fun because you're constantly tired. So it's better to enjoy it while it's happening.
Nice. Yes. So, oh wow, we got somebody that's got a question. I don't know who this is. Let me look.
I can read it. If there's a chance we can play Wet.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be great. We haven't really discussed it. I think we played a couple of songs with Jeff. Last time, like a guest appearance. But yeah, that would be cool.
Hell, hey, everybody likes Wet too. That's. I mean, it seems like anything you're in is pretty fantastic. I mean, I'm just saying. I know you're humble and you're going to be like, I don't think so, but it's the truth, and more people are starting to discover, Eclipse and you, and just start to get on. I know over here in the States, a lot of people are just starting to get on board. That word of mouth is going, and
that's fantastic.
You guys are gaining steam over here too.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, if you look at the streaming stats for the band, it's like America is a growing market for the band, of course.
Right,
absolutely.
Right, and that's why we do this, to try and get the word out about bands that people may not have heard of before, may not know
fantastic.
of, and they get to know you, and they get to see your music, and then you gain, and that's the whole point of it. Yeah. Now,
I'm on the phone, so I can't read this. It's so small, I can't even read it.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I just put it up there. I can't read it either. I need glasses. But it's a buddy of mine, Tim Swift. He's basically said, winded question. Many of us melodic AOR fans here in the U.S. promote music from Eclipse to music fans here who might not be aware of you yet. It's no mystery that you played in the U.S. before, rock and ska, melodic rock fast. I had seen you at both. We hope people take the time to listen and research you. My question is, have you seen a big uptick of fans' demand from the U.S. crowd since Mork was finally provided a captive audience to finally be exposed to you?
Yeah, absolutely. We have seen a raise. Like I said before, I think I answered the question before. Yep. A great thing is that you can really see statistics on who is listening and where they are from, and all from age and gender, and America is absolutely one of the since Monster Rock Cruise. I think it has been, maybe we couldn't see it. Maybe it was like this straight up, but it's been a constant increase in people who listen to Eclipse in America, which is fantastic, of course.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, and thank you everyone for promoting the band. That's great.
That's what you got to do. You got to do it. Before we sat around with, like I always say this, you had the boom box, and then you'd buy a tape, and you'd be like, oh my God, this is great. You'd call your buddy up on the phone and say, hey man, you got to listen. You put the phone up to the speaker and be like, listen. And so you're on the phone for 45 minutes listening to a new CD. But now we have like Facebook and YouTube where people can go check it out. It's right there. All you got to do is look and take the time to, listen and see it. And it's all good. I mean, most of it. There's a lot of shit out there because anybody can make music right now on their computer, but you got to funnel through it. And this is why we do podcasts and stuff like that, to help people funnel through it and showcase the good ones so that they don't have to, do it themselves, I guess.
Yeah.
Now you
I heard a figure, like there's like 6 million artists on Spotify.
Right.
Like 6 million. And 6 million, but when you really start to think about how many artists a band that is, it's unbelievable.
And some of them you really can't call artists. I mean, they're not.
Maybe not.
If you're sitting on there doing keystrokes on a computer, you're not an artist.
Yeah.
And
that's a
whole
other story.
Yes, it is. Now, all right, you got a brand new album hitting the stores, hitting the websites, October 8th, called Wired.
Yep.
I'm sure you're very proud of this. Is this another leap for Eclipse?
I think so. I haven't been this excited about a record in a long time, to be honest. It feels like I'm a kid again. It's like we even released it on cassette this time. Like
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's it's so fun, and it's like it's sold out in like a month in advance. It was sold out on the Frontier shop where our labels shop, which is great. But I got one over here, and it's super fun. So the first time I've heard the record after sending it to mix, when I mixed the record, when I sent it away to the label, the first time I heard it for real was actually on the cassette.
That's
which was
awesome.
super fun. Yeah, but it's not about the cassette. That's not the reason I'm excited. I think it's an energy-packed party record this time.
Right.
I'm really happy with it.
It comes through with the first single, Hallelujah Saturday Night. That came through. It was like, oh my God, this is going to be good. And then Bite the Bullet was hard, heavy, in your face. It was great. Then you just released Twilight, which was filmed at Alcatraz. It's all got footage of Alcatraz on it.
Yep.
It was really fun, really powerful. I mean, I get the sense that you're hitting all cylinders with this album, and it's just going to be fantastic.
Yeah, and I think the best thing about the record is just it's so much energy on it. It's almost like we have a young and hungry punk rock band attitude,
right?
But still do melodic rock, of course. But it's like it's good.
You guys were on the Alcatraz stage. I got to see that that live feed, and you guys were having so much fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
we did.
You weren't going through motions or like we have to be here. Like some bands just go through the motions. And you've added Victor on bass.
Yeah. It's the whole band, the whole vibe in the band now with Victor is like it's complete now. So we just really enjoy hanging out together.
I got that. Watching you guys, because he's very energetic. I mean, he's all over the place.
Yeah, wonderful.
And you got Magnus and Philip back there on the drums is just a beast. And so it's like it's all complete now, and it's all come together. And it's fun watching a band, come and then getting that, and you go, oh wow, it's there now.
Yeah, it feels like it's really going in the right direction. Especially you play music when you go. Let's say we go play Monster of Rock Cruise. You're on stage for maximum 2 hours of the whole trip, and it's like the most of the time you just hang out together. You sit on airplanes, you sit on airports, you're in hotels or in vans or whatever. Or if you're on a proper tour, if you wait for a month, you play like it's not many hours of actual being on stage. So it's so important to have a good vibe in the band.
Right, exactly. I got a question. Any more Nordic Union in the future? This is from Keith Rogers.
Yeah, we have actually talked about it, me and Ronnie, so we might be starting doing something together. This for next year.
Cool, very good. Yeah. And you have a new website store. Like you said, the cassette was all sold out, but you guys have just released, I think it was like a day or two ago.
Oh, yesterday, yeah.
Yep.
ECLIPSEmerch.com.
Yep. And I will put that link up when I do a summary of this. I'll put all the links up for all your stuff, all your websites, your Facebook pages, your merch store, everything. And go visit that merch store. I was in there yesterday, and I've got to make sure of my bank account because I want one of everything in there. I mean, you got the new T-shirts are cool.
Yeah, they're great.
I like them. And they got all kinds of stuff in there. They got the cassette available. I do believe Armageddonized, the reissue.
Yeah, I think that the LPs, the red and all those red and all those are limited editions, everyone. Right. So these are the last ones existing.
Right.
The cassettes I think it's going to be really hard to find them anywhere. Except for our web store at the moment, and there we have a very limited supply.
Right, and I will be going there today and getting that. And
wonderful.
They got a clear vinyl and a red vinyl.
Yeah.
And then Armageddonized is on yellow vinyl.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I have 2 copies of that. Made sure of it.
Wonderful.
But get it before anybody else gets it. Get to that merch store today.
Yeah, you can sell it on Discogs.
I know, right?
For a lot of money. a couple of years.
These guys there are people out there that buy it just to buy it because they're going to sell it, and it irritates the out of me.
Yeah,
but
and I know the first record, The Truth and a Little More. It's been out of print since forever, and we're not going to re-release it at all because we really don't like the album. But
I know.
But I've seen, and now there are like fake copies of it, pirate copies. But back before they did it, pirate copies, it was like, I think some people paid like $350 for a CD.
Yeah.
That one, yeah,
right?
It's unbelievable.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Hey, there's some out there I will pay big money for just to have it. It's like you're missing that one out of your collection, and you've got to have it.
Yeah.
But $350, it's a little steep.
That's it's insane.
You could almost get the
I can guarantee it's not worth the money.
No. Oh, that one. I'm not going to agree with that. But no, you're right. That's when the band was a baby, so it was.
Yeah.
That's all we're going to say. I'm never going to say it was bad. I don't tell anybody their music's bad. It's just.
It's okay. You can tell me.
I'm not going to do it. All right. Well, I'm going to let you go enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. And
yes, I will.
Thank you so much for doing this, as well as everybody listening and watching. I'm sure that they appreciate this. I will leave this. I will leave here doing Twilight.
Wonderful.
And that is from the Alcatraz Festival that you guys did. Little bits and pieces of it. And so go buy the album, pre-order right now. October 8th it drops. You got to have it. Get that cassette before everybody else does, and you're left paying $350 for it.
Yeah, and it actually works. I tried it.
It actually works. It's not just a little piece of art. It actually works.
Yeah, it actually works.
I do have a boombox still, so I could get it, and I got a tape deck on the big stereo. So
I got a boombox in the studio where I'm right now. So.
You gotta have the boombox. You gotta keep on.
They are beautiful.
They are.
They are beautiful. I have one. It's nice colors and everything. It's got chrome and different colors, and it's
very.
It's great. Yeah,
very cool.
Gotta have one of those.
Well, thank you. And
thank you so much.
And I will see you on the Monsters of Rock cruise.
Yeah, that will be great.
February.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, you take it easy.
Take it easy. Take care.
And have a good rest of your night.
Wonderful. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. Erik Martensson from ECLIPSE. Great guy. Love his music. I mean, seems like anything he touches is gold.